Alright, this is Christopher Foswitz. Again, this is a request to sign for Puzzbird to wait a second. And the name of this video is Squid Game Hamster Channels Mistreat Animals for Videos. Oh no. Let's check it out, yay.
On Netflix called Squid Game. I'm sure you've heard of it before if you haven't seen it already. And
I've seen it. It's a good show. Oh, it's this girl again. The tough girl.
If you like movies like Hunger Games or Battle Royale, this is something that you would absolutely love. It's not the same, but it's in that general direction. I couldn't recommend the show enough. It's great. And for good reason, a lot of people continuously seem to be talking about it online. There's tons of memes about the show. There's a lot of people that dive into the lore of the show. And not only have a lot of people been talking about Squid Game, but a lot of people have been heavily inspired by the show itself. People like Noise Critical did their own version of the Squid Game, and then we also have people like Mr.
That was really cool.
To release a video with his own version of Squid Game, which actually seems really exciting, and I'm very, very hyped to watch it. Even though for some reason a lot of people are against Mr. Beast making the Squid Game spin-off, which is so beyond me, I can't even comprehend it. I actually did find something Squid Game related that is extremely concerning, and I haven't heard line, which is why I'm talking about it today. There is a channel on YouTube with over 300,000 subscribers called Hamsterious. Hamsterious, as it sort of says in the name, is a YouTube channel that films hamsters doing a bunch of challenges. These challenges are usually escape challenges, and their most popular video with over 26 million views is a video where they had hamsters reenact the challenges in the Squid Game series.
Is it Dolly Flesh? Is he back doing these videos? Is that his channel?
Squid Game yet, there may be a few spoilers to the games involved in the show. However, if you haven't seen Squid Game yet, just pause this video, go watch the show, and then
don't need to already watch it. It's not as good as Stranger Things, but it's pretty decent.
Anyway, back to this issue.
As good as Stranger Things, though. You can't beat that. Stranger Things, come on.
Somebody is creating mazes for these hamsters to go through, and they're sort of like escape challenges, and there's different options.
So they're home aloneing them, basically?
To get from point A to point B. This also seems like a channel made for a younger audience, maybe kids or teenagers. There are several reasons why I've come to this conclusion. The first being that animal videos in general often do well with a younger audience, especially
we have a kid that looks just like that.
Are a very popular pet for children. I mean, when I was a kid, I've had a few hamsters. They're very small, they're cute, they have big eyes. There's so much to love.
And Dolly Flesh had to fuck that up for that video made of him killing his.
The second might be a little bit more noticeable if you're more familiar with the way that YouTube works.
We'll say that for another day, though. I don't want to talk about him today.
You can very obviously tell that this channel's target audience is supposed to be that of a younger age bracket, considering the fact that they use very cheesy music and sound effects. Very bright colors. It definitely seems like it would hold a younger audience. It's very
doesn't look anything that's hurting them or anything.
Sound redundant is honestly the best way to describe it. And listen, credit where it's due, because we're about to get into some really heavy criticisms in a minute. The effort they put into designing
making money off that?
This YouTube video is phenomenal.
Jesus fuck.
The detail and the way that they made each individual little hamster set look almost identical to the actual show is amazing. It probably needs to do that. I gotta say, whoever put that together is obviously very, very talented. If you take it at face value,
mistreat him though. I don't know what the title means, but we're gonna find out.
It sounds harmless, something cute and wholesome, and something that would very much be entertaining. However, when you look at some of the ways that these hamsters are treated, it brings concern. And
oh my god,
I've been concerned that they've received some backlash. In one of the episodes is a game where all of the contestants have to walk across a bridge made of glass. The bridge is split into two paths, and on each path are various pieces of glass which the contestants are supposed to hop on to get to the other side. The kicker is that each piece of glass has a 50-50 chance of being tempered, which is safe for them to put their full body weight on, and if they step on the non-tempered glass, they are going to fall to their inevitable demise. But what I think is important...
They did that with fucking hamsters?
This is a TV show. It was...
That's fucked up.
And people weren't actually falling to their demise or to their injury when they would step on a non-tempered glass piece. I want you to keep that in mind because this Hamsterious channel, who made the hamster Squid Games, decided to recreate this scene using the hamsters. But instead of the glass breaking, it looks like they were just little plastic pieces that would tilt when the hamster would walk on them. Most of the hamsters made it to the other side. They showed a clip of one hamster who fell. And the first thing that is noticeable is the height in which this hamster was falling is pretty high for a hamster. It looked like 1 foot to 2 feet, which for a tiny little hamster is a large drop. It was almost equivalent to the drop
that's the Eiffel fucking Tower
in Squid Game would have fell if it was scaled to size. But we gotta remember that in Squid Game, there were movie effects put into place, and it was all
something's
for show.
It's fiction. It's not real. It's something that you should never
concerned about this. In fact, this wasn't the
make it a reality in your life.
Very high height for a hamster in this video. There was another clip where they were recreating the tug of war challenge where instead of tugging a rope, they had hamsters walk across this little rope bridge and the last hamster fell because the bridge was cut. And a lot of people were extremely concerned and left a lot of concerning comments.
Who wouldn't fucking be?
So that the channel actually uploaded a second video showing the behind the scenes to show that the hamsters were safe and okay and alive.
Well, how are they gonna fucking consent and say, I'm fine? They're getting they're fucking animals.
This behind the scenes video, it's very obvious that something
animals cannot consent.
There are several things that I'm about to go over that really make me question the legitimacy of this behind-the-scenes video. So the way that this video was shot was it showed the original.
Why would you do that to it's just a tiny little animal?
Then it cut and showed a new clip of a different angle where the hamster was falling and landed into this little box filled with all of this stuffing and like cottony cloud.
God, how stupid can you fucking be?
To make it seem like they landed safely. If they were trying to prove that these hamsters fell into a safe environment, why didn't they have one camera shooting the entire scene, showing one full clip of the hamster falling into the box? Why did they have to cut it and shoot it from a different angle?
Because they're not smart.
Big issue, though, is the fact that in this clip, if you zoom in, you could see that there was no box, and it looked like there was nothing underneath the platform.
They just edited it because they're...
If it fell. Now, could they have been sliding the box as the hamster was crossing the bridge because it's a smaller box and easier to conceal so the camera wouldn't show that? Yeah, sure. But in that case, why wouldn't they show that process behind the scenes? Also,
makes
another
no fucking
issue
sense.
that they did specifically in the Squid Game video is that when they had the final game, which was the Squid Game being portrayed by the hamsters, they actually had 2 hamsters fighting at one point. And part of me thinks that whoever creates these videos knew that these hamsters were going to fight, and that's why they put them in the same little area. Because in the last game of Squid Game, it requires a one-on-one fight to survive, and I think that the people who are behind creating these videos with these little hamsters in a little arena for them to brawl for a second or two, because that's kind of what they did at the end of Squid Game. Also, in this video, they do a close-up on this one hamster who has a really messed up ear. Like, what happened to this poor little dude's ear? They give no context at all, and this is supposed to be the video showing that their hamsters are okay.
That worries
Another
me.
issue, and one that I'm not entirely certain of.
Did Megan rip it off? I'm joking.
That this hamster does not even look like the same hamster that fell into this stuffing. If you look at the edited footage in the original video, it looks a little bit closer to the hamster that fell, but when you match it up to the footage here, the raw footage to this hamster, it looks like an entirely different hamster. The hamster itself looks bigger, and it looks like there's like a stripe going down its back, and you can't really see that in this clip, but maybe it's just the editing, maybe it's just the contrast of the video highlighting the different features.
It's 50-50. Who knows?
None of this even compares to what I'm about to say next, because I completely lost all trust in this behind the scenes video after I saw this video. They claimed that they had protection for them to land on the ground in case they fell. If you watch another video of theirs, they had a very similar popular obstacle where they made a hamster walk across a very sketchy platform. This hamster almost fell, except for in this video, it actually showed what was underneath the hamster. It showed the platform beneath it. And no, there was no cushion. There was no protection for the hamster. Do you know what was underneath the hamster?
Nothing.
Spikes. You get a close-up
oh my fucking god.
Another part of a video where these spikes were used.
This is Dolly Flesh.
Painted pencils. I don't
Basically, that is Dolly Flesh. He must be back and making these fucking videos.
Falling in general on a flat surface could hurt it. A hamster falling on something sharp could
only makes too much sense.
And possibly even kill it. They still have this video up on their channel right now, and this is one of their videos where the likes and dislikes are disabled. So that tells me that there is something very, very wrong with this channel.
Disabling dislikes,
I definitely think this is meant for a young audience is because a younger audience isn't going to question.
I would never let my kid watch this shit. None of it.
If I was younger and saw this, I would think it's interesting because this just looks like a giant obstacle course. I feel like popular and well received, and why this video got 26 million views is because it's adorable, it's creative, interesting, it goes along with the new popular Squid Game show going on, and it's entertaining. But when you're an adult looking at this from a more logistic perspective, I think a lot of people begin to question it, and they're starting to realize, well, something just doesn't seem right about this. And the more you look into it, the more worrisome it becomes. There was one video where this same hamster was walking through a little path and the spikes were coming sideways. And
you can impale the poor thing. Are those pencils?
That poor little hamster had its eye poked out by one of these skewers because you wanted to make an obstacle course. What would you do? Like,
no, I'm not shooting, I'm shooting the person who made these fucking videos if I ever meet them.
These hamsters are being put in a safe environment. I think the best way that they could prove that these hamsters were okay was to just show one full clip in one full motion of the hamster falling into a safe little box filled with the stuffing instead of splitting it and making it look like a completely different hamster landing in a safety box. What I find interesting is that after the backlash, they started to put this little disclaimer at the beginning of their videos.
Disclaimer ain't gonna do shit for you.
Usually a disclaimer involving animal stunts would say something along the lines of, no animals were hurt in the making of this video, but this just says, everything you have seen on Hamsterious is just games and simulation. They do not affect the hamsters. Enjoy our videos. But what's even worse is the fact that right after they show this message, they show a video of a hamster falling down a cardboard ladder. And to be
How
fair,
fucked up can you be,
man?
man?
Only channel doing stuff like this. I think there's also a channel that is doing something similar, but with fish. So I can't find
fish. Oh my god!
I did find another hamster channel.
This is fucking fucked up, bro.
The same cheesy sound effects are used. It's called Hamster Stories. And it has 267,000 subscribers, but this one definitely seems to be towards children.
Actually tons of channels making the same type of content.
These channels show the ownership of several hamsters at one time. It is very easy to go to the pet store and buy a hamster or buy several hamsters if you really wanted to.
That's what Dolly Flesh did. Look what he did to them.
Gratuitous amount of hamsters, in my opinion. Are they being cared for at all when the camera's not on them? Listen, it's very obvious that this type of content is made for kids. Kids aren't going to ask these types of questions. Kids aren't going to think twice about it. They're just going to see something cute and see an obstacle course with fun colors and excitement, and they're going to be happy with it. That's why I think these channels
rather show a kid that than something like a horror movie or R-rated bloody movie or something. I'd rather show them that than that, but it's kind of like you have a pile of shit and you have a pile of piss. Which one? I don't know. That's just me, though.
Thriving right now because they know that they can get away with.
Which one's better, the shit or the piss?
Isn't going to question this type of content. I personally think that
even though I love horror movies, obviously,
these animals are okay. It would be more than just a clip where you cut halfway through the hamster falling and showing a new clip of what could potentially be a different hamster. I'm not positive. Even if that hamster is the same hamster that fell from that glass, I still am not convinced that that is the same fall and that was filmed at the same time, because if it was, why didn't you just show one continuous shot? Why did you have to break it up into two shots and show a very highly edited,
it's called filmmaking
shot of them falling into a box that wasn't there in the previous clip? To me, it just seems really sketchy, and I have a really bad feeling in my gut when I see this. And if I'm being completely honest, I don't know if I believe that they are being honest in their presentation of, oh, our hamsters are fine.
Hooray,
Look,
I'm
behind
fine.
the scenes, they're being taken care of. They're happy they're alive. I don't know. I haven't really heard too many people talking about this, so I figured I'd bring this up today. With that being said, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Do you think that this is something that shouldn't be worried about and that the hamsters are fine? Or do you
I think they're
that
fine,
they should at
to
least
be honest
address
with you.
this and do a better explanation of their behind the scenes? Because I personally think that was a really poorly done video, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much if you made it all the way to the end of this video, and thank you so much to everybody who has been supporting me over on Patreon, especially Lewis, Miss Tanisha, Anthony Tressau, and Michelle. You guys are phenomenal.
How can you talk that fast and not get a tongue
That being
twister?
said, I will see you in the next video.
See ya. I don't know what to believe. Knowing that there's animal abusers on YouTube, Palouse Entertainment, Dolly Flash. I mentioned them so many times in this goddamn video. And other people, but I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, so with that said, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. See you guys in the next one. What kind of pets do you have? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.